A warm welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome at Hydrogen Fuel Cells Europe here at Hanover Fair 2023. We are live streaming from the fair, so I'm also welcoming all our online guests who are tuned in right now. You may have a seat in the front row, you may have a seat in the second row. Just have a seat and please enjoy our complimentary drinks. They are on the house. All day here in this technical forum, we have been talking about upscaling, we have been talking about electrolyzer capacities, and now we'll talk about the challenges in upscaling SOC production processes. And for that, please welcome with me on stage, sales engineer from HORIBA, Mr. Matthias Fritzsche.
Hello, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for the short introduction. Yeah, well, HORIBA maybe is known as a company doing a lot of measurements, but in the last years, especially in SOC processes, we started and we had projects for the production of SOC stacks, and I want just give you some insights of the projects we were working on. So before I start, maybe some information about HORIBA FuelCom. Founded in the beginning of the 2000s, more than 20 years of experience in the testing of electrical powertrains. We are located between Hanover and Berlin. You can see it here on the right side, our new building that was we started in 2022 in the last year. We are part of the HORIBA group since 2018, and at the moment we are about 200 employees in Barleben. We are specialized in battery fuel cell and electrolyzer testing, for example, SOC test stations. As you can see, we cover a pretty wide range of power from 100 watts up to 100 kilowatts. And what is special there is that our testing machines are also machines for the production process. And by that, I want to give you some more information. I did an analysis about our projects we had in the last years, beginning in 2008. You can see projects in the lower power range caring about single cell and short stack testing. But in the last years, we see a pretty rapid increase of the power range of the different stacks, and by that our test stations need to change. There are upscaling requirements that needs to be fulfilled. So you can see it here. Typical. Oh, maybe you can see it not here. A typical single cell test station where everything is done manually. Regarding the DOT handling. Thank you. Okay. And if the DOT gets bigger and the requirements are getting more into automation and production, of course, the test stations and production machines need to change. Yeah. And by that we are faced with a shifting scope from single cell testing to the mass production. And I want to give you some information about the stack handling, about the production process itself, regarding the quality assurance and how it's monitored and analyzed. Some of the aspects were worked within the H2Giga project in the past, and there were some key aspects like the simultaneous sintering of stacks. for increased production output. That was pretty new. As you can see, there are now 4 DOTs that are sintered simultaneously and that are tested simultaneously. Yeah, that's a pretty new aspect for us. When you have a big furnace, you need to take care about the temperature homogeneity, so there is a need for additional heaters and additional control zones that needs to be implemented. When you're going into production, of course, it's necessary to handle the stacks in some kind, yeah, and by that, also trolley solutions are needed for the optimal test utilization. So automatic furnace lifting and trolley connection, and stack connection is required by many of our customers. So it's not only the test station that we have in our focus, but also the whole periphery around it. Yeah. When we have a look at the automation concept, you see here a typical testing scenario consisting of heating, then the sintering and reduction process itself, and then a certain time for quality assurance, where all the tests are done, and a cooling phase. All these different phases are pretty customer specific and stack specific, and always new and needs to be implemented for every customer. When you have a look into the production, it's not only the scientific point of view, but also we need a more simplified graphical user interface, giving a fast feedback what's going on. So if there's a failure or not, without searching what is wrong, just only stating, okay, something is maybe not fulfilled to 100%, and then the further tests can be done. When we go in automation and in the implementation into production processes, it's also necessary to do software integrations, for example, for manufacturing enterprise systems. Also another task for our software the department to develop those new interfaces. And in the end, of course, automatically quality assurance and failure analysis needs to be done also. What we can see as future challenges, not only for us as a test station provider, but also for the stack and system supplier. Of course, there is increasing machine availability for production purposes, reproducible measurements in terms of the ISO 1702025 to have reliable measurement results. Cost efficiency is a pretty big, of course, and competitive aspect also. We are talking about heat cooperation from the process, and we are talking about reduction of heating and cooling phase, because it's just time where nobody can earn money in any way. High pressure SOFC or SOC maybe will be an aspect that we need to prepare for, also as a test station supplier. We are pretty excited about standardized testing scenarios. At the moment, it's pretty customer specific, and hopefully there will be scenarios that are standardized, that you have the possibility to compare result A with result B of different stack manufacturers. So that will be a step forward. All right. So I'm finished with my presentation. For further information, we have a booth here in this hall, booth C20. We are here, of course, the whole week, so please visit us. And we can have deeper talks with more details. Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you very much for this nice speech. Do we have any questions from the audience? None? Then thank you very much, and you can have a personal conversation with Mr. Fritzsche at his booth.